Good morning, 47. We have a lead on the Shadow client. ICA White Hats have traced the anonymous data received by our clients to one Olivia Hall, brilliant young hacktivist and suspect in a dozen cases of cyber vandalism. Using onion routing with state-of-the-art encryption, Hall went to a lot of trouble to stay untraceable. She is good, but we are better. Her digital trail has led us to a remote farm in Colorado, where satellite footage has revealed what appears to be the training camp for a private militia, led by an already registered target, Sean Rose, Australian environmental terrorist and explosives expert wanted for a series of public bombings. Rose was spotted near the scene of Thomas Cross's kidnapping, which makes him our prime suspect for the Shadow client. Spurred by Eric Sodas, the ICA Board of Directors has asked us to infiltrate the farm and eliminate Sean Rose, along with 3 other prominent militia members. Ezra Berg, retired Mossad interrogator, Penelope Graves, former Interpol anti-terror analyst, and finally Maya Parvati, former assassin and gunrunner for the Tamil Tigers. I'll be honest with you, 47. I consider Eric Soda's reasoning hasty and ill-advised. Now, we cannot go against the wishes of the board, but we can conduct our own investigation. Whether a direct threat to the ICA or not, we need to know the Shadow client's true agenda. I will leave you to prepare. Welcome to Colorado, 47. The militia has taken up HQ at an old apricot farm and appear to be training for a series of coordinated strikes, ranging from cyber attacks to full-blown guerrilla warfare. The Shadow client appears to unite specialists and radicals from all over the map. Mercenaries and terrorists, hackers and spies joined by an unknown common cause. Satellite scans indicate that the command room is below ground inside an old tornado shelter. Only Rose appears to have access, however, so to get inside, you will need to get creative. This environment is hostile and highly alert, so tread carefully. Good luck, 47.
Howdy everyone! Glad to finally be back in an English-speaking country. Today is a bit of a departure from our usual, as the militia camp is not a public space. Our starting suit is considered hostile at every step. You start on an access road that forms a full circle around the whole map, but it's very lightly guarded. You can just hop right on over the wall and hide next to this generator for our first story.
The freak in the mask? What the hell are you talking about?
I was just at the security station watching the feeds. There's this creepy guy interrogating the hostage. He wears like a 3D printed mask.
Oh yeah, that must be Berg. Oh yeah, man, his interrogation techniques, totally just out-of-box stuff. Like truth serums, drugs, that kind of thing. But none of the rough stuff. Now, they don't like to mark up their patients, so to speak. Those Mossad boys like things clean and efficient.
Berg. Ezra Berg? Yeah, man, I've heard of him. Chemical interrogation expert. I guess it's his makeshift lab they've set up. Word is he can make anyone go back.
Oh man, you don't know the habit. I mean, the stuff this guy's into, get this. Drug-induced hypnosis, memory wipes, subliminal mind control. Shit's like witchcraft.
Christ, this next-gen warfare makes my head spin. You know, just point me in a direction and tell me who to shoot, eh?
Oh, no. You'll get to shoot. Don't worry, there'll be plenty of them.
Well, whatever Berg's up to, he better work fast. Rose is itching for some Q&A.
Ezra Berg, legendary Mossad operative who specializes in chemical interrogation techniques, is here at the compound to interrogate a prisoner. My notes indicate he's set up a makeshift drug lab in a garage, and it looks like he's spending a lot of his time in the basement. Could be an opportunity there, 47.
Shut down the generator to draw one of these two over. Mind the wandering guard near the road as you drag your victim away. I swear guards in this game can spot bodies from further away than they can spot 47 himself. Either way, Ezra's lab is at the far opposite corner of the compound.
So if we had someone we had to pacify, would you shoot him in the legs? Or maybe go for the shoulder? See, I'd go for the soft parts of his thigh, or maybe try to graze him just on the neck. You know, a nice like flesh wound. I think that'd...
What the fuck? Ezra will come in periodically and distract the apprentice.
Great. So, Listen, I've been thinking, maybe the dosage is just wrong. Did you check?
I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I checked the dosage. It was the first thing I did.
Of course you did. I'm so dumb. Sorry. So maybe there's something wrong with the delivery system.
I appreciate your interest in my work, but it's a little hard to focus with all these questions.
Not a problem. I'll just observe. It's really something else watching your work. I've always wanted to get into interrogation.
Is that so?
Absolutely. Not the violent kind. Beating people up, electricity and breaking bones. It isn't my deal at all. No, more like the subtle stuff, indirect stuff that you do.
I understand. Do you want to know what the secret is?
Absolutely.
Keeping quiet. Let the subject talk.
Oh. Got it.
Then toggle the fuses to draw the apprentice out. You can either hide the apprentice in the fridge outside, or wait for Ezra to leave and hide him in the locker inside. Take the key off the work table and the spanner from the boxes, then sabotage the propane flask. The next step is in the basement. The easiest way in is just through the front door. You don't need to worry too much about cameras, as the security station is very easy to break into here. But for now, head on downstairs.
You're wasting your time. We heralds are only messengers. I have nothing to offer that you don't already know.
The leader of the heralds, one you call Constant. Surely he knows more.
Draw one guard over using the boiler and knock him out where he won't be seen.
Like a bookkeeper. Like the guy you sit next to on the bus. Plain as vanilla. That's the idea. You'll never find him. But he will find you. Give me another dose, Doctor. Break my mind. Won't do you any good.
We'll see. Well,
Once Ezra leaves, take down the other. Then deliver the poor herald the Emperor's mercy. Ezra will be back soon to check on him.
Well done, 47. With any luck, the perfectionist Ezra Berg will want to examine his notes closely to figure out what happened.
I'll need to check my numbers.
This is a perfect opportunity to garrot the bastard if you want, or just let him leave and return to the lab.
What's up, brother?
Dr. Berg? I didn't recognize you in your work clothes.
Well, that's the idea. So, I take it you finally met Rose. The way I hear it, you were on the Interpol's task force to hunt him down. So what's the verdict?
Sean is
Semper Paratus.
dedicated, creative, driven.
You don't have to sugarcoat it. The man's an extremist. You've seen the Shanghai plan. Kidnapping children, forcing an innocent man to commit murder. It's distasteful. Rose has no honor, no sense of fair play. The boss asked me if he wanted to avoid unnecessary cruelty. So why does he tolerate Sean Rose?
Because the boss is not a monster. And right now, well, he needs one.
Sean Rose, freelance terrorist, because sometimes you need a monster. You ought to be an advertiser. Anyway, I'm nearly back. I'll see you around, Alibi.
Motherfucker worked for Mossad and he's got the stones to talk about honour. I'd say look in the mirror, but that's probably why he wears the mask. When Ezra comes back, no doubt you cook up some Narcan for the guy downstairs, he'll... well, I shouldn't need to tell you by now.
Ezra Berg has been eliminated. Good work, 47.
If you're not confident in going downstairs, another accident is easy to engineer. Grab the spanner from the lab, and while Ezra is conducting the interrogation, sabotage this lawnmower. When Ezra comes up for a smoke, he'll...
Knock.
If you run...
Bad place to be sneaking around.
Look mate, I would appreciate it if you didn't... Oh Jesus!
Move out, people.
Ezra Berg has been eliminated. Good work, 47.
Over at the greenhouse, wait for the guard to sit down to nurse his headache and swipe the journal from the shelf.
Intriguing. According to Graves' ledger on Sean Rose, he is hypersensitive to the effects of drugs, in particular hallucinogens. Last time he tried, it triggered a nasty psychotic episode, channeling his fear of germs. Interestingly, the ledger also contains a record of his most recent OCD attacks: desk, grandfather clock, and faucet. Rose appears to smoke cigarettes when he gets agitated. What if...
While you're here, when you take down Ezra, he'll drop a free unit of lethal poison. You can drop it in the drink on the table for an easy kill against Graves. The hallucinogens we need for Rose is of course in Ezra's lab, on the shelf where we left the apprentice. And the cigarettes can be found on the little wrought iron table in the back garden near the potting shed. The 3 triggers listed in the journal are the grandfather clock in front of the main door, the pencils on the desk, and the water valve in the bathroom. You only need to do 2 of these 3 things to set him off.
Disconcerting. Oh, why the hell doesn't anyone else care about this? Stain. Oh, think clean thoughts. Pure, white, pristine, unstained, unsoiled, untainted, unsullied. Hell would do this. It was perfect. Sadist. Allowed. Just to look at it. 1, 2, 3.
Once suitably agitated, Sean will come out the back for a smoke.
It's not right. It's not right. No. Look, what? No. What is that? Okay, God, no, what the hell is happening? What is happening? This is bad. I'm covered. I'm covered in all. Oh God. They're everywhere. Oh, get them off. Get them off! Just unclean. I gotta get it off.
Hey, 47. I know these guys are the bad guys and all, but I mean, isn't all this psychological torture? Feels a bit grim, you know? Near the barn, listen to these 2 black-clad gravy seals.
It's a point man in a Mexico operation.
Got clipped by a ram or something?
The team trains with a battering ram to simulate an attack on Secretary Torres' motorcycle. I don't know, I guess Burgess had his head up his ass.
9 out of 10 accidents happen in the home.
They do say that. Anyway, the guy was lucky. Sprained his ankle, that's all. He'll be back in a couple.
So does Rose still supervise the training?
Sure, why?
Well, if we ever want to get rid of Rose without the boss knowing, I guess Burgess just taught us how.
Huh. I like your thinking. Tell Parvati, man. It'll make her day.
A battering ram has injured one of the strike team, point man by the name of Burgess, and according to those militiamen, Maya Parvati oversees training. Sounds promising. I suggest you infiltrate the Strike Team 47. Perhaps you can relieve the hapless point man of his duties.
You can find the point man in the barracks at the other end from Ezra's lab. He's the one limping with the hood. The easiest way to deal with him is to take the conveniently nearby rat poison and spike his drink.
Oh, you were at Jordan Cross's funeral, huh?
It was a thing of beauty. Whole team moving like clockwork. Perfect execution. Thomas Cross was off site before his guards even noticed.
Man, wish I could have been there. So who's this next target?
Gustavo Torres, Mexican Secretary of the Interior, one of the enemy's top operatives in Latin America. Rose wants a classic motorcade attack, harsh, loud, and fast. So we ram Torres' vehicle, then lay down suppressive fire while Burgess, the point man, takes out Torres and his entourage.
All right, sounds like a plan.
So what's your side?
Berlin, I think, with Raynard. That's all I know. Honestly, as long as I can get to hunt down one of those fat cat assholes, I don't even care.
Hello, son.
That is Maya Parvati, Sri Lankan assassin turned pirate turned resurgent.
Well, well, a very own punching bag. Any broken bones?
Wounded pride, that's all.
Good to hear. All right, head over to the briefing area. We'll resume in a moment. All right, people, let's get to it. Burgess is back. We're finally ready to make this happen. I expect you all to know this by heart. But in case amnesia has set in, here's the sequence. Advance to the car with haste. Eliminate the passengers. Retrieve the briefcase. Extract. Got that? And remember, speed and accuracy is the name of the game. All right, now go pick up your weapons and get in position. Move out.
Before you start, make sure you grabbed a crowbar either off the boot of the car or the weapons table near the briefing. Once everyone's focused, turn off the safety on the ram.
Nicely done, 47. Parvati won't know what hit her.
Smush! If you haven't taken out Rose at this point, he'll come down to watch the training.
Please proceed. Pretend I'm not here.
Not a problem. Team's overall performance was passable. Good speed and accuracy, but coordination needs to improve. The point is to build up muscle memory. A perfect sequence of synchronized motion. You need to be able to pull this off sleeping.
Passable. Your point
And make for an easy double squash.
I don't know.
Nicely done, 47. 2 flies with 1 swat.
Near Ezra's lab is a set of trucks with a big delivery next to it. On the delivery is an invoice paper.
This sounds promising. The militia received a large shipment of nitroglycerin this morning, which is now stored at the munitions depot. Apparently, Rose himself plans to apply and test the gel as soon as a sample is ready.
You can find a flask of nitroglycerin either protected by this guy at the supply stockpile, in Ezra's lab next to the hallucinogens, or in Rose's room on his work table, whichever's easiest for you. To gain access to the test range, you will need a explosive specialist disguise. If you go to the left of the truck, you can go through this side room and out the window, then left again to set off the radio behind the bales. Be warned, the baler works much the same way as the shredder back in Sapienza. Don't accidentally mince a guy if you're going for silent assassin. Turn off the generator next to the lab tent to distract the technician, then cut wide to get behind him. Tamper with the mixture and blend in at the camera until Sean comes by to test the mix.
Everyone step back. Fire in the hole.
Nobody minds that the caravan apparently just had no reaction to that. In the northwest corner of the compound, you'll find the slurry pit. Ugh.
So this test that Rose has planned seems kind of cruel, doesn't it? I mean, I'm no softy or anything, but it feels excessive to me.
She's got it coming. And nobody can switch sides like Graves and just expect to be accepted. Tests are in order, man.
Yeah, sure, I get that. But playing on her past with Interpol like that? I don't know, man. I just hope the technician knows how to act.
She used to be the enemy, right? I don't have any sympathy for that. I'm sure he'll be fine. He's got the badge, right?
Yeah, he showed it to me over by the tent. Rehearsed his lines, too. He's taking this pretty seriously. Should be in the clear. Hey. It'll be interesting to see if she takes the hook.
And not to mention how far she'll go. You think she'll order us to be removed?
If she does, I got a 45 cal with her initials on it.
I hear you.
Penelope Graves is still new to this outfit, and it looks like Rose is going to test her dedication to the cause. He's arranged for one of the communications technicians to act as an outside agent. The tech is supposed to show her an Interpol badge and escort her to the slurry pit, asking her to betray the militia. Might I suggest a last-minute recasting, 47?
The actor can be found at the tech tent past the greenhouse. You can spike his coffee easily enough. If you've already used the set that can be found in the barracks, there's another set of poison in the ground floor utility room of the house.
All set for the sting? Sure. Got a badge in my pocket, prep my lines, shouldn't be a problem. Almost game time. You think you can hook her? Graves is new. She comes by every 2 seconds to check on her work. She's paranoid enough to bite.
So Rose basically wants you to pretend you're with Interpol, get her to come with you, and then what?
I'm supposed to lure her to the slurry pit and tell her to roll over on...
Wait. Try again. Bloody Russians.
We've got an individual vomiting. Stand by.
Ah, and perfect timing, there she is.
Penelope Graves, we need to talk.
You're... what is this?
I'll explain everything at the slurry pit. It will be in your best interest to do as I say.
I understand.
Whoops! Forgot I set that up. Ahem. Quickly head to the slurry pit and knock out the lone guard before Graves catches up. Then wait in the busted old shed in the corner. Oh, I'm sorry, madam. Am I standing in your queue spot?
Miss Graves, you are being recruited back into Interpol as an insider.
What? Who are you anyway? How did you find me?
That is not important. Think about this carefully. You can provide us with valuable intel. If you cooperate, the agency will overlook your unfortunate transgression.
And what if I refuse, huh? If I scream and get the guards here?
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Might prove unhealthy. I'll give you a few moments to think about it.
Good work, 47. This should give her something to think about.
All right. Okay, I need to clear my head and have some privacy here. Look, I appreciate that you've been assigned to protect me, but please just leave me alone for a few. Think, Graves. How did they get to you? Flight out of Lyon under assumed name. Passport provided through Delgado and that Vanisher guy. It looked clean. Changed clothes at JFK and again at Denver International. Charred the passport after leaving the hotel. Burner phone was dropped before I left the flight. It can't possibly be that. diplomatic car out of Denver. Nothing unusual about the bus ride. Met up with Hall in the middle of nowhere. Burned everything. I saw her do it. There's no way.
What?
Graves is down. Excellent work.
Death by slop. Ugh. Now, while we're here, we might as well finish the quad stack for killing all 4 of your targets with an accident. If you wait a little ways outside of the barn for Parvati to go around on her patrol, she'll walk right on out under this conveniently precarious bale.
Maya Parvati is down. Good work.
In the building next to the explosives test range, you can find this blueprint on the work table.
Fascinating. According to the blueprint, Sean Rose is building an explosive battery unit for a Link 4 smartwatch. The charge appears to be email triggered. The unassuming target checks his messages, the virus triggers the charge, and boom. Very clever, not to mention devious. The resident hackers have installed the software trigger on one of their phones, and here is the punchline. Rose himself wears a Link 4.
Now, this is a highly technical, precise operation, so it makes sense that Rose would want to keep this little battery bomb in his room. Follow Rose around for a while. He stops to wash his hands twice on every lap of his patrol, once before testing the explosives, and once after finishing his walk around the house. At both, he will take his watch off and set it down nearby. So just swap the battery while he's busy watching, and as soon as he's put it back on...
You've got mail.
Email.
Sean Rose confirmed down. Nicely done, 47.
Welcome to probably the simplest sniper assassin run in the whole game. As I mentioned back in Bangkok, if you've been unlocking things along at home, getting Colorado to level 15 will unlock the Sieger 300, which you may recognise as the Walther 2000, which is a recurring rifle in the Hitman franchise. The benefit of this rifle is that it comes with a suppressor built in, and it pops right out of the case without needing assembly. So post yourself up on the water tower, and have the rifle smuggled up there as well. Wait just a moment and you can get all 4 of them in just a few seconds. Snipe Ezra and Penelope through the tree.
Ezra Berg has been eliminated.
Turn quickly to the test range and hit Sean.
Graves is down.
Then back to the left to hit Maya as she comes out of the barn.
Sean Rose confirmed down. Nicely done, 47. Maya Parvati is down.
Escape is right down the stairs, U-turn, and out on the boat. Two minutes and 15. Let's go. Suit-only Silent Assassin here is a lot more like a classical stealth game. It's still hard work, but it doesn't feel as bullshit as Bangkok did. The only prep I would suggest is 1 unit of lethal poison smuggled in at the starting block. From your starting point, pick up the poison and follow the perimeter road around. When you reach the garage gate with these 2 guys protecting it, hop in through the window to get into the garage near the taco truck. Turn off the generator and knock out the mechanic that comes to investigate. You can either let him turn it back on, or turn the generator back on yourself so no one else gets drawn over. When Parvati shows up, she'll hang around next to the taco truck, ordinarily to yell at the mechanic for being slow. But with nobody there, shut off the generator again, and she's the only one to investigate. Zipped. Next up, Penelope Graves. Hop through the window of the small side building into the long grass and use the radio to lure the guy over. Stow him in the baler. Don't shred him. Be careful of the explosives tech guy. The guards in the car will never turn around, so just mind out when that guy goes to take a drink. Hop the barrier and take cover next to these barrels until the road is clear and sneak into the gardens. Go around the back of the kitchen and move very fucking carefully. The guards can actually hear and will react to the rustling. Once you've found your way to the back of the greenhouse, turn off the generator to draw the guard out. Leave him alone, as there's too damn many witnesses to potentially get him into the box nearby. As far as I'm concerned, that box is just a trap. Instead, just dip inside and poison the drink, then leg it back out. Something I actually forgot to mention in previous episodes, poisoning and accidents don't count against Silent Assassin ranking if the body gets found. Our next target will be Ezra. Loop around the edge of the orchard by keeping these boxes between you and the guys in the tech tent. You can get out to the perimeter road just over the wall. There's a break in the barbed wire behind the pickup truck. Follow it all the way around until you find Ezra's lab. Hide in the long grass here and wait until you have an opportunity to hop the wall. Repeat half of the steps of what we did way back at the start. Wait for the apprentice to turn away, knock out the exterior guard, hit the fuse box, then stow the guard while the apprentice is coming out. Then knock out the apprentice and stow him too. Now just wait for Ezra to come out to his lab.
Graves is down. Excellent work, 47.
Please don't.
And check.
Ezra Berg has been eliminated. Good work, 47.
Back out the lab and follow the fence around to the potting shed where we drowned Sean before. Go inside and toggle the radio, knock out the guard that comes and dump them out the window, then into the freezer. Move into the grass next to this pile of junk and shoot the camera. Then wait. One of the guards will go out onto the roof and then come back. Hop up the fence to get into the house. You can sneak through the kitchen, the war room, and then up the stairs. Get into Sean's room any way you can, and knock out the guard that moves from window to window. Then hide with him in the closet until Sean comes in to wash his hands. And done.
Sean Rose confirmed down. Nicely done, 47.
An easy way to escape the house is to just get out the window through the bedroom and jump down off the roof. Then back onto the deck to sneak past the guys on the stairs. The simplest escape is to just go back to the perimeter road over the wall, and then follow it all the way around until you reach these stone barricades. For some reason the guards don't really seem to give much of a care for 47 just walking out in full view like this. Now to access the shelter.
47. It appears the door to the tornado shelter is protected by a biometric lock. To gain access, you need Sean Rose's body, or something equally convincing.
To access the shelter, you will either need Rose's body. Deeply impractical, because you would have to knock out basically every guard in the house to drag him through, and that's assuming that you didn't kill Rose at the explosive range. Or something equally convincing. Thankfully, you only need to do this once. Upstairs in the hacker den, you can find this laptop. There is supposed to be an intel conversation here, but for some reason the first time I entered the room it played about 2 lines, and then would never play again. So, The militia has acquired a state-of-the-art 3D printer, which they use to manufacture lifelike facial masks, probably for some kind of infiltration mission. According to the militiamen, one of the hackers is keeping Sean Rose's biometric data on his laptop. Just wait until everyone's away, hit the button, and none too subtly leave the room. Then wait again, snag the mask, and head straight downstairs.
The plot thickens.
Someone left in a hurry.
Sean Rose was not the Shadow Client. That much is clear. Whoever commands the militia, they got out just in time. Look around, 47. We're getting closer.
Some kind of network. Power players. From all sectors.
Familiar faces, too. Thomas Cross. Klaus Strandberg. Ether. And that's missing banker Eugene Cobb. Well, well.
There's a name. Providence.
What? No. No, it can't be.
The Hidden Hand. Thought they were a myth.
A hypothesis, nothing more. The idea that a small cabal of kingmakers, controlling enough corporate and political leaders, could effectively run the world in secret.
Maybe not so hypothetical.
Keep looking, 47. We need full disclosure.
Someone's done their homework.
Look how far it dates back. Hayamoto, Beldingford, Delvade. The Shadow Client has been tracking you for decades.
Now, how is that possible?
It isn't. Every one of those missions were branded as unsolved or accidents. He must have been looking for a pattern, a certain MO, which would mean...
He knows me.
Well, at least this shortens the list.
Found something.
Sodas? But that would mean... Providence has infiltrated ICA. And Eric Sodas is their operative. Bastard! It all fits. He was the one who persuaded the rest of the ICA board to greenlight this operation. This changes everything. Get out, 47. We got what we came for.
What about the Shadow Client?
He is no longer our primary concern. ICA has been compromised. I always wondered if Providence was real, but I never actually... I will need to confer with the board, but mark my words, 47. This will have consequences.
Rose is gone.
It was me, wasn't it? They tracked me. I don't believe it. I took every precaution.
Rose knew the risks. They all do. You did well, Olivia. I am proud of you. Now listen. The ICA knows about you. They kept you alive because they needed you, and now they don't. We won't talk again. Not until the storm is over.
I don't like it. This man, you know what he's capable of. You need to end this now.
I ran away as a boy. My friend and I. Away from that place. We came upon a small farming community. The people were dirt poor, but this woman, she took us in. We were awakened the next morning by the shots. A dozen people lay face down in the snow. Our warden didn't like to leave witnesses. They shot the woman and her family last. They made sure that we watched the whole thing. This is your gift, the warden told us. Your gift and your curse. Touching lives only by ending them.
You know him.
Better than anyone.